Greeting, this is Senior Pope from Your Mind, Your Asset. Let to prioritize your greatest asset. And your greatest asset is your mind. I've already said that I have seen blind people doing exploits. I've seen crippled people moving mountains. I've seen the lame doing the unimaginable. But I've hardly seen a madman do something amazing or something meaningful. Because the moment you lose your mind, you have lost everything. You lose your right. A blind person can still make an informed decision. They can still be allowed to refuse treatment. But once you are declared mental ill or psychiatric, automatically from the onset you lose the legal right of taking decisions or making choices. You are now declared a state patient. Your credibility is lost. What you say in the court of law cannot be accepted. You are not fit to stand trial because you have lost your mind. That tells you that your mind is your greatest asset. You can lose everything as long as it is not your mind. You are still a credible person. What you say is still valuable. But the day you lose your mind, you lose your status as well. It is very important for me to state this from the onset. In a court of law, there is what we call a law of evidence. And according to the law of evidence, there is what is called admissible evidence and inadmissible evidence. Inadmissible evidence is evidence that cannot be accepted by the court. Amongst other things, it's opinion. An opinion in the court of law is regarded as inadmissible evidence. But there is something which they call an expert opinion, where you can say a person is killed by a poison and a judge rejects that because it's an opinion. But a doctor comes and says this person is killed by a poison. It is accepted because of who is saying that. What am I saying by this? I'm saying you might have heard a lot of information out there, but this time you are hearing a credible source because you are hearing a mental health care provider. And for over 7 years now, I've been providing mental health. So what I'm saying is not an opinion. I'm not shadow boxing. I'm not trying to experiment. I'm saying this from a professional point of view. So it can't be taken otherwise. So if it was in the court of law, what I was going to say was going to be considered an expert opinion. And as a result, the court was going to agree with me. I've lived to understand that once you cheat a human's mind, you can achieve anything. You can make, if you want a person to do anything, make sure that you cheat their mind. You win their mind. You make them believe in a certain things. Then you can control them. One guy once said to me, if you want a man to drink anything or to eat anything, tell him that this thing helps you to perform better. It does not matter how bitter that thing is. If you can make a man believe that is going to boost him, he's going to take it. It does not matter how sour that is. That person is going to swallow what you are giving him, as long as he believes that it's going to help him in that area. Now, what lie have you been told that makes you to behave in that way? What makes a person to go through a trauma, a stress, a storm, and they lose their mind, and another person go through the same storm and they come out successful? The difference between these two people is information they believe. That's what separates. I've seen mothers who were born right. After divorce, they go through stress, depression, that lead to mental illness. But I've also seen other women going through divorce, but they don't get to be admitted at a psychiatric institution because they understood something which the other woman did not. I'm saying to you, there is what we call deception. There is what we call delusion. There's a thin line between the two. A deception is a person who lies have been told and they believe that lie. And as a result of them believing a lie, they behave in a particular way. They behave in a certain way. They react in a certain way because of a lie. However, there is a person who is delusional. And delusion is a fixed belief that even in the presence of the truth, they still believe a lie. A person who I've seen, patient who says, I'm Nelson Mandela, or I'm Jesus Christ, or I'm rich. Well, they're not. Even when you try to bring them the truth, actually they can kill you for that. If you say what they believe is not true, they can come against you. So a lie can cause you to be sick. A lie can heal you. If you are in a plane and the pilot announces that this plane is about to crash, even if it's a lie, if a pilot tells you that, immediately your body will start to react in a different way. You can start to sweat immediately, not because there is a storm, but because somebody told you that there is something that is going to happen. In a medical fraternity, there is what they call a placebo effect. I call it a healing lie. A lie that heals. A placebo effect is when you are given nothing, but you are told that what you are receiving is a powerful medication, and you recover not because you are given a medication, but because your mind has been cheated to believe that this, what I'm receiving now, is a powerful medication. They can inject you water. And then they say, you see, after we give you this injection, in 30 minutes you are going to feel right. And you are going to recover because your mind believes that you are receiving a medication. So there is a subject, there is a course where a medical person, a professional health person, is taught to tell a lie to heal you. When he's telling you that lie, you are not allowed to be told that you are lying to you. They must say this medication which we are giving you, is a powerful medication. And your mind believes that you recover. Not because of the medication, because of your mind. It is called a placebo effect. I call it a healing lie. So you can heal a person through a lie. You can make a person to be sick through a lie. And the good thing about a lie is that if you were made to be sick by a lie, in the presence of the truth, you can be healed. Perhaps you are one of the patients who was healed by a lie from a doctor. There is one doctor, his surgery used to be full. You will find a queue of people coming to receive medical attention from him. The surgery next door, there is no one. And I talked to this guy, I wanted to understand what makes people to flock to his surgery. And he said, it's how I treat people. Because if an old woman comes, even if she have a headache, you don't prescribe medication to her instantly. You must take a stethoscope and try to pretend like you are doing some investigation. Meanwhile, you are doing nothing. As long as you don't touch an old person, old age person, if you don't touch them, they believe whatever you're giving them is not true. They are not going to recover. So even if they have headaches, you must put in your regalia and you listen to them, you touch them, and they believe that that doctor is powerful. He investigated everything. Meanwhile, the time he started to use a stethoscope, he already knew that he's going to prescribe a Panadol to you. But he was dealing with your mind. So in a medical school, there is a subject where a lie is told to heal a patient. Placebo effect. Well, you are taken to a surgery, they open you and close you, and they said, we have removed what was troubling you. Meanwhile, they haven't done anything. As long as your mind believes that, you recover. A man who is told that if you drink this, your manhood, you are going to be powerful. After drinking that, immediately his mind begins to react in a particular way. Not because the medication has kicked in or is working, but simply because a lie has been told and he has believed that. The same way with your problem. What is it that you have been told about that problem that is causing you to lose sleep? Meanwhile, there is someone next door who has the similar problem, but he sleeps every day. The good thing is that if it's a lie, we can come in and introduce to you a truth as a mental health care providers. And that truth can heal you. But there is a problem if it is a delusion. Because if it's a delusion, even in the presence of the truth, you can't be liberated. A delusional person has a fixed belief that something exists which does not exist. And it's nearly impossible to help a delusional person. And I'm here Because I don't want you to believe a lie long enough. Because if you believe a lie long enough, it will turn into delusion, and sooner or later, you are going to be admitted. And the problem with that, the day you are declared that you are mentally ill, you lose your status in a community. You lose your legal right of consent. You can't consent. Somebody must take decision on your behalf. And I'm afraid to lose my mind more than I'm afraid to lose anything. There is no storm that lasts forever. There is no problem that lasts forever. There is not even a plague that lasts forever. Every problem you walk into, you must know it has an expiry date. Don't lose your mind because of what you are going through. Don't. It's seasonal. Guard your mind jealously, because losing your mind, you have lost everything. A man who has money in a bank and is declared mentally ill, they must look for somebody to manage his money on his behalf. Simple because you are declared mentally ill. It's one thing that you don't want to lose your mind. I'm saying don't be delusional. When you see a person committing suicide, it's because they believe that whatever they were going through, that is not going to pass, it's there forever. As a result, they take a decision to take their life. But I'm here to tell you that there's no problem that lasts forever. What is divorce to cause you to lose a sleep? I'm here to help you to acknowledge that the problem that you're going through is not bigger than how it presents itself. At the end of everything, you will realize that what you were going through, it was a phase. It has an expiry date. You can't take your life simply because you lost a husband, you lost a wife, you lost a child. You can't. Don't lose your mind, because it's your greatest asset. Any person who lost everything but keep his mind, he is going to recover what he has lost. But every man who has everything and loses his mind is going to lose everything at the end. I'm not out of message, but I am out of time. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Your Mind, Your Asset. This is Senior Corporal. I'm checking out. Salut.